business news now, and this is the time when we usually tell you about people making money, but in an extraordinary twist in corporate behavior. The founder of the U.S. outdoor retailer Patagonia is giving away the company to the environment. While Patagonia will continue to be run as a for-profit entity, all revenue after investment will be handed over to the Holdfast Collective, which is dedicated to preserving the planet. The company is believed to be worth about $3 billion. Well, joining me now to discuss this extraordinary story, along with the other business headlines of the day, including Kanye West's split with retailer Gap, is Arise business correspondent Laurie Laird. Good to see you, Laurie. According to the billionaire founder of the outdoor retailer Patagonia, Earth is now the company's shareholder. I mean, this is a remarkable story. Tell us more about it.
Unbelievable. When have you ever heard that, Charles? Earth is now the biggest shareholder. Now, the biggest shareholder in Patagonia had been the chairman himself, Chavert. He has now decided that he is giving almost all of the company to a collective that looks after the environment. And we hear a lot, Charles, about CEOs talking about the environment, talking about other sorts of ESG, environmental, social, and governance goals. But we have never seen or rarely seen someone put their money where their mouth is to such an extent. We have seen Bill Gates getting very, very involved in all sorts of activities, a little bit less out of the environment, more helping people in terms of medical terms, although he is involved in the environment as well. But that was after Bill Gates left the corporate arena. This is happening while Patagonia is still a growing concern, and the income from Patagonia will be recycled into environmental causes.
And you're just talking a little bit about this company, Laurie. I mean, it's been considered as progressive, but this is pretty much out there, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's always been a little bit ahead of its time, Charles. This company was started in 1983, and shortly after that, they pioneered things like having nurseries on site so that parents could bring their children to work and leave them somewhere safe. They've always been very good with giving people time off, including days off in California, where the company is based, when the surf was good so that people could go surfing. The founder of Environmentalist was a big surfer. He actually started as a rock climber, and his first job, Charles, was to make the picks that rock climbers use to stabilize themselves into the side of a rock climb. He started doing that. He's a big surfer, and so he's always given his employees who surf the day off when the surf is good.
I wonder why I never think about things like that. Well, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you this, though, Laurie, because I mean, the bottom line is really how much money will be invested in the environment. We've heard things about the company worth something like $1 to $3 billion.
And that's a very good question, and one that I'm afraid I can't answer all that accurately. This is a private company, and that means the company does not have to file particularly extensive accounts with the regulator, so we don't know. And it's also not on the stock exchange. So the stock exchange gives us a very easy way to value companies. We know that revenues are about $1 billion per year. The company has said that what will be invested in the environmental area is profits that aren't invested into the business first. So we don't have a sense of how much, the magnitude of those excess profits.
Well, let's move away from Patagonia and talk about a man who's never far from controversy, Kanye West. Now, what's this about a spat between him and Gap the retailer?
Absolutely. Another split for Kanye West. This one is with the retailer Gap. They signed a very, very high profile deal in 2020 where Kanye West's Yeezy company would be in charge of designing certain bits and pieces, bits of merchandise for Gap. Kanye West has said that the Gap has not fulfilled their obligations, have not fulfilled their terms of the deal. And what we're looking at right now is what the first bit of the Kanye West contribution to Gap. It's a puffer jacket. This item sold out, Charles, within hours of it being offered online in 2021. It was the first offering from Kanye West designers. But Kanye West was frustrated because he said that the collection, the Yeezy collection, was meant to be spread out to many, many more stores that it has appeared in. And also Gap had obliged to set up Yeezy standalone stores that only had Kanye West designed apparel. So Kanye West says this has not happened, and he wants out of the deal, which was meant to run until 2024.
We've got less than a minute, Laurie. Let's move away from tantrum throwers, but stick with retail. Some strong U.S. data earlier.
Absolutely. Retail sales up 0.3% month on month. Doesn't sound like a lot, and that is not inflation adjusted, but it is a lot better than analysts were thinking. But if you'll allow me, Charles, just to go back to the Kanye West, the tantrum, and it is a tantrum, but Gap may need Kanye West more than Kanye West needs Gap. Gap has lost money in the second quarter, looking for a chief executive, will not give guidance for the rest of the year because its prospects are so poor. So the revenues from Kanye West may have really helped Gap out.
Okay, Laurie, thank you very much indeed. Laurie Led, Arise Business correspondent, talking to me there from London.